Good morning. Welcome to the Java Cafe, Java fam.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Today is Friday, July 18th, 2025. And I'm going to give folks a couple of seconds to get in the room because we're typically not on Fridays, but I wanted to provide a Friday special brew for a friend and sister that I have known, a couple of decades. And it is exciting. And I, through the years, I've seen that she's moved in theater and an actress and things. But when I saw the latest thing she's doing, I'm like, okay, this is dope. And I seen little clips and then we communicated and I was like, come on, tell the people about your journey and what you're doing. And so we are about to speak to, and I'm speaking it to the world famous playwright, Elle Borders, and she goes by the B now, so I'm going to do my best to stay with Elle. And so we're getting ready to bring her into the Java Cafe. Please do me a favor, hit that share button because you're going to learn about the play production, and it's running all the way until I believe August 9th. And so I thought it was just tomorrow. It actually starts tonight and it's going through August 9th. And so I'm excited to bring playwright and actor into the Java Cafe, and you all please welcome her, Elle Borders.
Hey.
Good morning.
Good morning. You can feel free to call me by my name, because
So I'm intentional when I have folks that are in their space because one, as you're getting known, you don't want folks walking up. I saw you at so, and we're not even going to tell them what it stands for. But good morning. First of all, I love your glasses.
Thank you very much. This is my Edna Mode look from The Incredibles. I got these glasses because I love her.
I love her. And then are you familiar with the guy that walks around and plays her and he does?
Yes, I am. It's fantastic.
Okay. All right. So we got so good morning. I know it's Friday. I know you have a production tonight. So we're going to keep you for about a good 20 minutes and hear about your story, hear about this production, hear about the support, hear about also how the community can support you and come out. So please do me a favor, say good morning to the folks and your greeting with one word that describes the potential impact of theater during these times. I can't have you here and kind of, have you speak to the issues of what you're apt to do. So good morning, greet the folks and give us the one word, and then we'll go into your story and then hear about the play as well.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. My name is Elle Borders, actor, playwright. Very excited to be here with you today. And if I had to use one word to describe what theater can be in this moment, it's light. That's it.
Okay. And again, this is your first time here. We have a couple of notes, and I forgot to tell you that sometimes the questions can switch based on your response. And so the simplicity of the light implies that there's dark.
I mean, yes. Let's not sugarcoat this. Like, we're all aware of what we're living in and living through. And no matter your political persuasion, we can all agree that there is something that feels a little not quite right about where we are in this moment. And it does feel dark. It feels heavy. It feels uncomfortable. It feels frightening. It feels sad for people on all sides of this thing for various reasons. And so I say that theater can be a light because, theater is truth. It's an interpretation of the truths that we see around us. It is rooted in catharsis and speaking to the moment of what's happening with people. So if there is darkness, theater can provide that light. It can be light as in, full of levity, and it can be light as in it's illuminating something that we have left dormant for far too long. So I think that this moment calls for both of those things.
And I love another piece with my guests is I love when they line me up perfect to ask a question. And you talk about, getting here. Basically, you were saying we're in this moment and we've got here and what the light can do. Tell us about your process of getting here and how you've become this light in this space of theater. Tell us, about your journey, what's informed it. And then in there where you want, pull out the pieces that really inform the meeting tree, because that That's and like I didn't want to jump ahead, but the meeting tree in these times, I'm curious. And you talk about, anyway, I don't want to get too far ahead. So
Yeah.
tell us about your journey, who you are, and how that translated into this point now where you are intentional about bringing your light as a playwright and an actor.
So I grew up Dorchester, born and raised in the city of Boston. My dad's a pastor. I grew up in church. And, when you're a kid in church, you stand up in front of people. You do the skits, the Black History Month program, whatever it is. You're going to get up in front of people. And
Resurrection Sunday, downstairs in the basement with your piece on a card that you study for.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry.
No, you do all of it. You do all of it. Or you dance on the praise team, whatever that is. But you learn how to be in front of people. And it's easy enough to do what you're told. And it's another thing to realize that you have a penchant for this thing. So I figured out pretty early that I was good in front of people. And particularly when performing something where I didn't have to be myself, but I could step into someone else's shoes and interpret that. And that for me was a path forward. I've wanted to do this since I was 8 years old. And I figured out, like I said, really early in life that this was my thing. I am a storyteller. I like to think of myself as living in the griot tradition. I am interpreting the things that I see around me, and I'm sharing them with people to make them digestible, easily understood. So I use my light in that way. And I try to be very intentional about it, as in, whenever I'm walking into a theatrical space, I'm always saying, so who is it that I'm meant to see in this moment? Who is it that I'm meant to touch in this moment? How am I meant to connect with someone? And so that's always at the forefront of my mind when I do any work. It's why I'm so particular for the most part about the things that I do. I had the good fortune to get my start with Company One Theater. They gave me my first professional show in the city of Boston, and that show changed my life categorically. I met my husband during that show. I have 2 kids now because of that show. And the director that I worked with on that show, Summer L. Williams, is also the director of The Meeting Tree. She and I have been friends and collaborators for a little over a decade now. So I'd like to think that my journey of light has led me to this moment.
Yeah, I saw a clip of the video with the you said the director?
Yes.
I saw a clip and there was such energy, and there was one point where she said, I think it was the time and being in Boston, the relevance of this. And so let's jump right in, because tell us what's going on at the Meeting Tree. Like, how did we get here? I'm curious, and don't give us enough to put us on a cliffhanger.
Yep. So I'm gonna give you the full story. I'm gonna give you the full story to whet the appetite. Let's put it that way.
Okay. Let's go.
Lots of things happened during COVID, right? I spent a lot of time with my grandmother as safely as possible. She was 95 at the time, and had been kind of in a dementia decline for a few years, but she still lived at home independently. And my mom and her sisters and all of the cousins, we would take turns staying with her at night so that she wouldn't be alone. And so one evening in July in 2020, I was sitting on her couch with her, and she would start to tell these stories, and she'd tell the same stories over and over and kind of get stuck in this loop. And she liked to talk about growing up on her grandmother's farm in Alabama. She was one of 8 kids and was raised in Alabama. Her name was Bama, so there's that. But she started telling me a story that I'd never heard before about her, as she put it, her best little white friend, who she would play with on her grandmother's farm. They would hang out under this pecan tree. They would pick pecans and run around with each other, as she said. And then very casually, she says, I found out years later that girl was my cousin. Her grandmother and my grandmother were sisters. And my jaw just kind of dropped.
It was like, sorry.
Go ahead. I was like, wait, what are you talking about? And it's like, as quickly as she had that random lucid moment, it was just gone. And I kept trying to probe her for more information, but she got stuck on another story, and she couldn't finish telling me this thing. It was like she had enough lucidity to drop this bomb in my lap. And then, she wasn't really lucid much more after that. And she passed away shortly after that. So as I sat ruminating with this, I found out I was pregnant with my first child, and I started thinking about legacy and family and how I wish I knew more and how to make sense of this thing. And a couple people intervened. This woman I know named Demaine Davis had written on my Facebook page when I told the story. She was like, I see this play already. And I was like, oh, a play. Yeah, I hadn't thought about doing it that way. And then I talked to my brother. He was like, B, you have to write this story. You have to put it down on paper. Like, this is crazy. And so, I mean, the implication of that is obvious. Her best little white friend with a white grandmother and her grandmother being sisters, like Jim Crow South, we know what that could have been. It happened a lot. It was very common in the United States. We don't talk about that, but it's a lot of people's story. And I didn't like the implications of that. I didn't want to think about it in that way. And I choose to imagine a different story for my family. And so I decided to write what I thought could be the story of my grandmother's life under this tree on this farm in Alabama. And that became the meeting tree.
So, I run from the journalist sort of thing, but I got like 80,000 questions because no, because I don't want to reveal too much. But okay, so in the context of the story, are they like, at some point do they actually go to a physical tree? And okay, let me ask a very vague one. What are the amount of years and time span that the story covers?
That's a fantastic question. That's a really good question. So this story starts with the generation of who would have been my grandmother's grandmother. So these are women who would have been born pre-emancipation, women born before the Civil War. So it starts with the women born in the 1850s, and it takes us up to 2020.
So are we going to see 1850?
Nope. I'll tell you why. Is in my history of being an actor, my mother, God bless her, she said,
look just like we already talked about.
I'm turning into her. She said to me one day, if I see you play on another plantation or play another slave part or anything close to that, I will never come see your theater again. And I was like, that understood, message received. And so again, I was really intentional about staying away from that part of the narrative. So the story begins, even though we're covering that generation, it's 5 generations of this family, it begins in the 1930s and then kind of travels with us. So it's when those women who were born in the 1800s are older and grandmothers themselves. So no, we're not seeing enslavement. We are seeing the after effects. We are seeing the Jim Crow South.
Definitely. And I didn't so much picture enslavement, but I just, when you mentioned the 1800s, I just pictured what did they used to the hula hoop or the
hoop
big
skirts, yeah,
the hoop skirts and the snatched. Snatched is about 200 years old. That's something new. No, Snatched, they was them whatever. So okay, all right. I tomorrow I'm going to see if I can try, because I'm intrigued, because I'll be honest, when I first saw it, I thought it was more sisters getting together at the meeting tree, and there is a whole context here. And can you talk a little bit for you the relevance of the times? Because if you started this in COVID, we were coming out of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Has your perspective changed since November? Because there's race in here, there's Jim Crow. Has anything changed for you since November?
I'm going to say, unfortunately, no. And I say unfortunately because the relevance of what I'm talking about in this play has not shifted since I started working on it. And that's kind of unfortunate. It's if I can speak to the bigger pieces that we're excavating here.
Yep.
It is a story about a family and about an American family, but it's also a story about, perceptions of the North, perceptions of the South. It's a story about, one of the lines is talking about what it means to repair. Is there a pathway for reparation, and not just reparation, but reconciliation? And none of that conversation has changed. None of it. So fundamentally, that's what this play is about. How do we repair? How do we reconcile? How do we deal with the messiness of who we are and not feel shame about it, but take it for what it is, our history, and move forward, just figuring out how to move forward. And so it's hopeful. It ends on a hopeful note. It's not a doomsday scenario, though it very easily could be with the content. But I don't choose to see the world that way.
Yeah. As you started, you said that, you wanted this and yourself and your experience to bring the light, and it definitely, and we need as much light as possible, right now. So, all right, let's get into the name of the play is The Meeting Tree. It's playing at the Strand starting tonight. There's a preview tonight. Tomorrow's the official opening.
Yes, tomorrow's the official opening. All the tickets are pay what you want. Company One Theater is amazing in that their model is all shows that run are pay what you want. So if you want to pay $0, that's fine. You want to walk in off the street and go in the Strand, that's fine. If you want to give $500, they'll take it. We'll take it. But it's really whatever the spirit is moving you to do. It's very, very church in that way. Okay. But tickets are available at the Strand. You can purchase them online ahead of time. Show is at 7:30. First preview tonight, opening night tomorrow, and then there's a big party after opening tomorrow. So all are invited, all are welcome.
Let me get the link, and I want to make sure that folks have the information to go get the actual tickets. And I would tell you to just don't take for granted that it's running through August 9th, because there's a couple of days in there. You may want to go on Tuesday, the 22nd, or Wednesday, the 30th. There aren't any either tickets or shows there. So you need to jump in early and get your tickets. Let me put this link in the comments so it's active right there.
The show runs Thursday through Sunday.
Okay. All right. So to go Thursday through Sunday. At first in my head, I was like, dang, she done sold out already.
No. I mean, as much space as there is in the Strand, I don't know that would be a possibility. You're right. I'll step back on that one. I'm just saying, there's plenty of space though, so please come.
Oh, okay. Yep, we're gonna leave that right there. For folks that are watching on James W. Hills, I'm gonna put that in there right now. So running through August 9th, and what are some things that, you watch the platform once in a while. I like to, break news and a little exclusivity. Is there any nugget you can give us that, is there, you have a project coming up? What's going on with you in the fall? Are you taking a break?
I actually have a now 5-month-old. So I've been doing this project, schlepping a baby with me to rehearsals every night. And I'm grateful for the people that I work with because they are very patient with him and with me. I'm taking a wee bit of a hiatus, and then I've got a couple of other projects that I'm working to develop, including a scripted podcast and trying to finish a novel. And at some point I will need to sleep. I'm not sure when that's going to happen.
I just got to say, you just reiterate the fact that Black women are amazing. Do that. You have a 5-month-old. You were in the midst of the finality of this while having the baby. You're working on a novel, scripted I had to just snicker. Scripted podcast.
It's a weird concept, and I don't know anybody who's doing this, so nobody take my idea.
No. Don't give your nuggets. I was just joking about the fact that very little of this platform is scripted.
Very little. So it's interesting that it's a combo. It's scripted on the front end, and then it's interview style on the back end.
Okay.
It's almost like a wind down, like you watch a little episode and then you talk about it, but for us.
So you mean scripted in the context of like a skit or something, and then an interview and talking about it, versus I thought scripted like, because I'd be off the cuff.
Oh yeah, no, I like that.
Okay. So thank you. I learned something new today. When someone says a scripted podcast, it's actually you're going to. I know a term. Is it like a virtual tableau?
Kind of. Yeah. Kind of.
You gave me so much grace there. You gave me.
It's like 5-minute episodes.
Okay.
It's like a radio play, like Orson Welles style, old school, going old school.
I was getting ready to say, because my grandmother and grandfather, they would do, and you just had to sit there. They would do the door slamming or stuff like that. But that's going to be. All right. Last question. Is it going to be topic driven with the thing and then induce the? When you drop it? Next spring?
Well, I got to finish writing the last 4 episodes of the scripted portion, and then I got to line up my my guests. It's about women's health, but it should be funny.
No, please keep me abreast. Because yes, especially if we want to be intentional, maybe do something in October for breast cancer awareness month or something, please, because I would yeah. So
I don't know if I'm gonna be ready to that soon, Jimmy.
Oh, that's right. You about to take your hiatus. Okay.
I'm working on it though.
I don't want to put no pressure. I don't want phone calls coming from your brother and pops and mother too, because I was in some room one day and I literally like was doing something and I didn't see her. I got a nice tap on the shoulder. I said, "Oh, how you doing?" And then I had the nerve to say, "Hey, mother," and I was like, "Oh, I'm going to get in trouble." Listen, I am so proud of you, to see that you're doing this. You've always been this light, and it's been out there. But I like that you're illuminating your light even more. So you've kind of been background, and let you say, you know, as a pastor's kid, someone referred to the comments here. As a pastor's kid, you do everything, but I never really saw you out there. And so it's dope to see that happening. And Sora's in here. A good friend, mentor, advisor is in the room. Love seeing my Sora Elle here with Jimmy this morning. Good to see you, MZM. So Elle, I'm proud of you. I'm excited. I'm going to, well, one hand you gave me grace, because if I don't come tomorrow, then I still got time to make it.
You still got time, and you know, come party.
You know, yeah, we need self-care. We're going to come to self-care.
If this is self-care for you to come tomorrow, yes. If not, wait. Because you need to take care of you. It's important.
It's 10:25.
Yes.
In a general, I love that you said that, because sometimes pressure of showing up, and people generally don't appreciate everything that comes with that advice.
You're not gonna get the pressure from me. I've walked too much in life with feeling pressure to do stuff sometimes. So no, like, you take care of you.
That almost makes me want to come. Look. Just because the grace you gave, that almost makes me okay. I'm gonna work it out. I'm definitely gonna see it. I because I'm intrigued just to see. So at some point you said they might gather at the tree, and
I didn't say at some point they might. You said, do they gather at the tree? And I said yes.
Oh, yes. Okay. All right.
There's plenty of tree.
Okay. So this. Yeah.
The tree. I don't want to give that away. There's a lot of tree. Let's just put it that way.
There's a lot of tree. Okay.
It's a lot of tree.
We'll make sure that we don't let anything slip out, and go to making sure again that folks know right there in the comments. I put it on James W. Hills. It's on Java, Instagram, or LinkedIn. I'm not sure. But what you can do is you can Google Company One's website. This production is like 2.5 scrolls down, and go get your tickets and support this Black woman, Boston bred, Boston raised, still here working and bringing light in a time that we need as much light as possible. And we need to be, like trees planted by rivers in these times. Hey, glory. Thank you. Hey. We're gonna get in trouble. Elle, thank you so much. I know. Thank you so much for being here with us. Go take care of that 5-month-old. Do what you need to do with your self-care for today as you get ready for tonight.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. All right. I appreciate
Get there when you can. I deeply appreciate you.
I'm coming, and we're going to support it. We're going to, mention it on the show as long as it's going. So absolutely.
Anyone who's coming, thank you in advance. Let me know if you heard about it on Java with Jimmy. We have a little chat, talk about the amazing work that this man is doing in the city of Boston, and taking care of us and making sure we are well informed.
In that case, get off my screen. I love you. About you. No, I seriously appreciate you, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. And I will be encouraging folks to go.
All right. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me this morning.
And I'm here, so let me know. So when you get ready to do the women's health thing, please let me know.
I will. I will indeed.
All right. Thanks, son.
Thank you.
I hope you all enjoyed our special brew of Java with Jimmy on a Friday with Sister L, because I'm intrigued. I'm stuttering. So I need to go. What's up, Jay? I need to definitely go check that out. And you all should too. Support this Black woman, support Company One. I remember last year when we had the rapper Brandy on. I believe it was with Company One as well. She did her production there. So this is an entity that moves with people that love, move, need, are a part of equity. So get to the meeting tree. It starts tonight with the premiere, and then tomorrow the official opening, and then also on it runs through August 9th. And it is pay what you will. I don't know if they do it before or after. Pay according to the energy that you heard from her this morning. If you're part of the Java fam and you're going, don't give that woman no less than $25. No less. You can give more, but no less, please. Okay. All right. That's it for me. We're on our way to the Roxbury Unity Parade day before it's on Sunday. We're on our way to the Roxbury Unity Parade brunch. Shout out to Toy Burton and Brandy and Tania for putting the Roxbury Unity Parade together. It's taking place on Sunday, July 20th. The parade is taking off at 1 p.m. and they will be back at Madison for a community rally with resources, performances, and awards. Probably, if I remember right, about 2:00. Toy was here and I forgot. But go check out the parade down in the Madison Park area. I would encourage you to gather there, maybe about 12. There are different electeds marching and stuff like that. So we're on our way to the brunch, and we will see you on Monday morning at 10 a.m. Next week, we have on Tuesday, we have a good brother that is part of the City of Boston's Food Truck at Night initiative that just started a couple of weeks ago, but he already has a community event, and he's kind of bringing those two things together. Family of Aaron, family of Aaron Davis. And so they'll be with us on Tuesday. Also, next week we have, I think, someone else coming in. So yeah, we'll let you know on Monday. All right. We will see you on Monday at 10 a.m. Have a great weekend, everyone. I do not see that there were any heat warnings for the next few days. So stay cool and don't forget to go support the meeting tree. And we'll see you here on Monday at 10 a.m. Thanks, everybody.